Just at the halfway point. A win here could mean the series. Certainly how important it is. Here's the starting fives. You got JBM, Awkward, Reese the God, Nudini, and Dayfri. For the home team, Warriors. Wilson, CB13, Gradient, Beast Move, Jin, and Slaughter. And we got a foul. It's going to be on. But getting off to a good start for the Wizards. Something they did not do last time they were here in game one.
Oh, it was bad. I mean, it's a quarter. One of those ones that could potentially go forward and make you lose the ball game. And for them, they have to know that you're not going to have that quarter again. It's rare to see teams of this caliber, you know, especially in a series, show that type of performance in multiple games.
We got a foul. It's going to be on Grady. Slow start here in the first 39 seconds. JBM will bring it up. Dayfri work it down the paint, and he'll cash in. Really noticed over about the past 6 quarters or so, Dayfri's been much more aggressive, and as you can see, the SAP insights for him.
Yeah, the point totals is something that's just from the regular season. I mean, his rebounds aren't crazy up there with a lot of the other big men that we have in the league. And transitioning over here and towards this finals.
Double, man. Did it last time out. See if he can do it on the road. They got a one possession lead here. 2-0 early. Stingy first minute. Kind of feel like the Wizards say, man, we got to come out and play defense off the rip here. You can't allow a 12-0 run like we had in that first game. Mid-range, no good. Brought down, up ahead, that's Gradient. We got a foul. It's going to be JBM. And they're playing this first quarter like it's the fourth.
This is also something pretty weird, and that you never really see from the Wizards, is that they have Dayfri playing corner defense and Dini into the pick and roll, which, you know, from somebody who's watched Dini play, I mean, it's not something he has a lot of experience with. So maybe that could be something game planned in practice coming into the game.
Showing him a different look, and it's been effective so far. The only problem is on their end, they haven't been able to put the biscuit in the basket. Dayfri, a couple pump fakes and then the champ. He's a man on a mission right now. Let's bring it on Johnson here in game 3. What do you got?
Thanks, Scott. Well, I don't think we can stress enough that $500,000 is on the line tonight. We're looking at a life-changing moment for these guys on the court if they claim the chip. Wizards DG's Reese the God shared with me that winning the championship would put him in a better position to take care of his family, and it would be just one of the biggest accomplishments of his life. The OG of this team said it would mean the world to him to bring back a championship to a franchise that's believed in him since day one. For the Warriors, CB13 told me this would be a leap of faith that's well worth it coming to the league instead of finishing the traditional student route. He said getting a championship would pay off. Literally, Scott, they're aware of the impact that the NBA 2K League title will bring, and all of these guys are on each team are having, you know, different stories, but they're all out here fighting for each other and playing for each other and their families.
Very important. We talk about the money, like they're going to go out and have a shopping spree. A lot of these guys, you know, got real life things to take care of.
Yeah, so many of them, you know, I don't know if anybody in this matchup specifically has family, like kids and stuff. I don't know. It's a pretty like young matchup, if you will, like some of the ages. But even then, right, I mean, all these guys have different things that they want to do. Some people like to save up their money. You know, some people do like to ball out. Go ahead. I mean, sure, money. We're not going to tell you what to do with it. But, you know, there's a lot of people that like to maybe try to invest. I know Dayfri, he's told me, he's like, he plans on opening up a business if he ever gets the money to do so in the league. So lots of guys just planning different things to do with that cash if they end up winning it.
Well, 8-2. They played much better, but this is crazy low-scoring first quarter. I mean, I've seen defense, but you're forcing them to take shots from the DoorDash logo. 24 seconds, that's the best look you get. And that might be a charge. Well, that's gritty. 1:51 to go in the quarter.
Yeah, definitely not a call that you see too much, but it's all about catching him at the right time. As soon as he released that Pro 8 and doesn't do it quick enough, it draws him into the body, and then that's what ends up getting the charge call.
To the corner.
Ooh. Wow.
Big shot. That more than doubled their points. I mean, I have not seen a first quarter like this in a long time. I know the nerves are out there, but I'm used to seeing, 18, 20, a quarter. Especially from these two teams.
I mean, the Wiz, you can see the adjustment is clear, right, with Nudini, which he was on a pick and roll in that last game, but they're just playing so fast. And it's one of these chicken with the head cut off defense, which I like to call it. Like the lost puppy that gets out of the yard for the first time, just running around like crazy. That's what the Wiz are doing. And they're playing at that pace of where you see so many of these top defensive teams in this league play.
It's breakneck right now, no question about it. And we got a 3-point game, 10-7. Final minute of the first. I think in game one, Charlie already had like 14 points by this point. The Wizards are taking this down to a snail's pace. There's a fast break opportunity. They slam it home. One-point game now. And the Wizards going to use a timeout with 34 seconds to go in the quarter.
That backcourt violation would have happened there. It's just when you're trying to bring the ball up as a guard, if maybe you mess up the Pro 8 even for a second, it'll always give you that pullback. So if he would have went through that move, you do have a little bit of time. That's why he's able to make it. He actually made a full pass and there was nothing called, but you never want to leave it up for chance, especially in a close ball game like this.
10-9. If you're joining us for the first time, this is 5-on-5. Everybody's controlling somebody. Part of the NBA family. NBA 2K League, WNBA, G League, of course the NBA. And Dayfri can't get it to go. And Reese will bury the three. Back the other way we come. Now the scoring's starting to pick up. 15-9. Couple turnovers. Christian gets it off to CB13. Trying to turn the corner here. Shot for the free throw line, no good. Slaughter with the rebound, and that won't count. Well, the Wizards on the road, showing some intensity. They're up 6 as we head to quarter number 2. Back here in the NBA 2K League, second quarter. It was stingy for a while, but the scoring started picking up for the Wizards. They're late, Turk, as they take a 6-point lead into the second quarter.
Yeah, there's always those swings that can always happen, like the final 30 seconds of a game, to where it could just be a steal, getting a basket. What JBM's doing right there, doing the Kenny got work point guard defense, getting bump steals, and then being able to score off that. So that's what they're able to do. String together some stops, get the transition game going, and then start to pull away a little bit.
And that shot will fall. They've doubled them up now, 18-9. Much different start than what they had in game 1, where they were down 12 in the first quarter. 14-2. Yeah, had the opportunity to listen into the Warriors as they were talking between Game 2 and Game 3.
First off, the beginning of that game kind of set the tone. We were relaxed, but we started off very slow for no reason. We spotted them points, and then that got their momentum revving. I just don't need. I feel like we get so like the emotions, right? Like again, championship, final. I get it, but guys, just stay composed. You thought we were just gonna come in? You know what I mean? Like they're here for a reason too, fellas. Again, if something's not working, we still have it in the bag.
That's Mike Newton, and they've talked about what their coach has meant to them this year. Just a calming influence. Every time I hear him, I'm like, okay, you're right, Coach. I just need to settle down and do the broadcasting. You're right.
No, I feel like the exact same way. It's just like, you never really hear him discussing game plans ever when we're in there. That's not what you really need from him, right? Is that, especially if you're a coach or maybe somebody steps into a position where you know so much about the real life world of basketball, right? But the 2K game is just so different, and if he probably doesn't have enough time to play it. I mean, you don't have enough time to play. You're a busy man, but it's like you can only get to know so much. So that's where you trust the players. But he's always been there is that calm demeanor, right? Everything you just heard right there is what he's been doing all season long, staying composed. If maybe a player starts to feel on edge about something. And of course, right in this type of setting for the 2K League Championship, but all this money that's on the line too, you're going to have that tension because you're so locked in and focused where you might lash out or you might have one of those outbursts. So you just need somebody to be able to calm you down.
Yeah, he's good friends with Coach Mike Brown, who coaches for the Warriors parent club. Not heard of him.
Once or twice.
Yeah, big time coach, Mike Brown. And of course, I told you earlier, Mike Newton also coaching with the Santa Cruz Warriors. That's their G League team. So when you get to professional level, and certainly this is the highest level of NBA 2K that we have, you're just managing people. You're trying to motivate. You're trying to punch those buttons and have that 100,000-foot view, and that's what you find from a lot of these coaches in the league. Not only do they coach the team, they just kind of manage the expectations.
That's the thing, right? With 2K, it's not a big X's and O's game if you can't tell from the gameplay that you watch. So it's like you can maybe have one or a couple plays in your back pocket, but you don't need somebody to sit there and be like calling out plays every single time. It's just the little things that you have to do.
22-11. Keep track of how many timeouts you got. And do you have a foul to give? All those important things. But you're right. You're not coming down here calling computer blue. And Jen out to mark. Another game.
Sorry, Scott. Hey, I think we all know the feeling when you lay something down and nobody picks it up. You're just like, never mind. There's going to be people out there that get it, but it's like no reaction from me.
All my references and puns are wasted.
So you're saying there's a chance, Marty? No, I'm kidding.
That's pretty much what we have. We have Rocky, Back to the Future, and Saved by the Bell. That's where our pop culture comes together.
Yep.
And we're laying in 13 points now for the Warriors. They trail by 9, though. The Wizards are just kind of grinding this thing out. They have brought the pace to the game to a halt. Inside, outside, pick and roll, running the shot clock down. There's a flick up. That's what I'm talking about. Offensive rebounds. They're just kind of, I don't want to say demoralizing them, but, nothing's coming easy. Pass over to the corner. Get it back to the point guard. Charlie's got to take over here. They have made some defensive adjustments on CB13. And it's worked here in this game, too. Dayfri tries to draw the charge. No.
I think you're also playing with that mindset, right, of let's play the two-point game, which is what you have to do. And you go back to when the Wiz played the Raptors, the team that gets up a lot of three-point shots. They took that away from Kenny and forced him into the paint every single time.
They've enforced the Kinney rules on CB13 here in Game 3. Big rebound by Slaughter. That'll start the break, and they'll cap it off with a jam. 22-17 now. And Reese from the hash. That's a big shot. On the road, that's confident.
Hey, not really a whole lot of space to work with there, too, and that was behind the hash.
Charlotte getting gnarly, and that's heavily smothered. $5-17. I saw my dogs decided they were going to visit into the studio here. That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen in New York City.
No, I knew I heard something. I hear, and then all of a sudden I start hearing like a chain. I was like, okay, that's the collar. A dog ran in or something.
Hey, I'm excited about the finals. Pups are excited. $25-20. Hard to keep the studio locked up, you know. Seven-point game. Of course, we've had a season of in a tornado the first week. Constant neighbor mowing the lawn while we're on ESPN2. Lightning. We've had it all. We've had a long season. It's been a great season. But it's been interesting at times. Told my neighbor he's going to get a job at the golf course. Quit your day job. Get out there and pick up some groundskeeping. It's like Augusta National next door. There's the lob. Man, that's a turnover. 29-23, and we got a foul. Final 20 seconds of the half. And the Wizards' game plan, I wouldn't say it's flashy. I wouldn't say it's spectacular. But compared to game one, it's worked.
I mean, I'd say the only issue is that they just gave up back-to-back threes to CB13 now. That's the only bad part.
And there's skin one back. An awkward three. Takes us to the half, 32-23. And it's Dayfri. He's been the difference. And they're up 9. Well, let's head to the second half here. See what JBM has in store. The Snickers hungriest player to watch, and the Warriors certainly got to pick up the pace here. They let the Wizards really depict how this first half went. They slowed it down to a snail's pace and then finished off at the rim, sometimes on a third and fourth try. And there's steal and a turnover. Head the other way, and there's the jam. Quick 4-point run.
That's the best way to get it started. Then that transition starts to get the virtual crowd into the game. It starts to make you feel good.
Why not? Head to the line. That's the way it's gone for Dayfri in this game. The man from Palmer, Texas. And he completes the and one. He's playing real tough down there.
Yeah, I saw a tweet there from Kenny Got Work. He says the Wizards get better as the series goes on. That's a man speaking from experience.
Can't open up the door. Can't even crack the window. And there's a big three from the outside. to be a three-point play. This game's had a little bit of everything. It's been an interesting game 3.
We've had a charge. We've had 3 seconds. What else am I missing here? Had an and 1 in the paint. We haven't had an 8-second violation yet, so that should be coming up soon. We had a 5-second violation. So there's still a few things, but you rarely see that.
Slaughter. Out of bounds on that. $37-30. CB13 can't hit. Back the other way we go. And we got a foul. That'll be on Charlie. So they brought it back within 7 here. 4:05 to go in the third. What a win this would be for the Wizards on the road. Just have a feeling whoever takes this game 3 might take the series. And Houdini gets it knocked away. Dayfri sticking with it, and there's the turnover. Up ahead, 3-on-1 break, and yeah, big time jam. Didn't know if we'd see the lob. He says, no, I'll do it myself. Working on the DoorDash logo. Over here on the left wing, guarded by Gradient. Dayfri the pump fake. Gets it off to Reese. Reese, the fade, and it's good. How many times has he shot that shot this season?
I was just about to say, he's gotten that with a couple times just in the series alone, to where he's doing the double, the pump, and then when he fades away, he's fading away deep. And the fade that he has with that, it is pushing him further away so where they can't just continue to continuously block the shots.
Defensive foul. First team foul. Defensive foul. Second team foul.
32.
Defensive foul. Fourth team foul.
There's a foul. Slaughter. I think the Warriors and the Wizards just keep this pace. And nothing's going to be easy. Come down and use a majority of the shot clock. And this time JBM takes a quick shot. Just because Dayfri is down there for the free board and he draws a foul.
I mean, that's
Why is he shooting so soon? It's because Dayfri's standing all alone.
probably the best part, too, is that they've always been going back and forth, right, to where you're going from double digits to single digits. And that's in favor of the Wiz, to where if you just keep playing this 2-point game the rest of the way, it's going to be real hard unless the Warriors start to get a lot of stops. All of a sudden, Slaughter takes over on the rebounds, and then they start to get out in those transition opportunities. So that's just something that has to be crossing their mind. But just look at this box score, too. It's so weird to see a team up by this much. And this is where the numbers are, right? Usually if you see him up by this much, like JBM's probably got like 20, Reese is chipping in with a little bit, but Dayfri is at 19 points. I mean, he's the leading scorer in the ball game so far at the center position.
In that kind of game. CB13's got 18 points. They haven't really played bad or even really shot, you could say, poorly. Still over 50% for the field for the Warriors, but they're just not getting a lot of attempts. I mean, it is... The pace of the play has really came to a screeching halt. For a team like the Warriors, they like to get out and run. And Charlie gets blocked. Slaughter staying with it. Over to Jen. Shot clock running down. Got to get going here if you're Charlie. 17-footer, and he knocked it down. What a big shot. .34.
Defensive foul.
And JBM knocks it down. 47-34. Minute 20 to go here in the third.
That's always see when we talk about the annoyance of the Wizards defense right now is that you don't see, too often throughout the entirety of season 3 to where a center just switches onto a point guard and plays defense. And for a point guard, you would think, okay, this is going to be easy to ISO and score. Last year, yes. Dribbling this year is just too hard to break somebody down.
Dayfri over to Reese. Reese from the outside. I'll bring it up. And Jin knocks down the long shot. That cuts it to 9. Can't hold it for the final shot of the third. But a hugely important possession here. Put it back to double digits to end it. And just dunks it home. Final seconds here for CB13. Awkward, trying to slow him down, and then he'll foul him. And that's his, I think that's his third. 2.2. After the foul to give. And Be Smooth cutting into the mid-range. How many times has he done that? It brings it to single digits, 49-40. As we head to the fourth quarter, Wizards up 9. And we are back. Fourth quarter. Wizards on the road here. Series tied at 1 game apiece. And here in game 3, we just got 6 minutes remaining. Wizards trying to steal one and maybe take the series.
That's what we're saying. If as soon as this team can go to the other team's home court, get that away win, then yeah, you just have to break that momentum and break that deadlock. And then that puts all pressure on the Warriors, not only because they're down, but hey, you got to win when you're away.
Shot from the corner, no good. Jen with another long 2 as he gets drug in again, and you're thankful to make the shots, but those could be open corner threes.
Yeah, I mean, especially on that first one, right? I mean, that's when we're told it's a big shot. But yeah, if you can just somehow plant your feet, but it's always tough, especially when you're receiving into those passes. You would have to dribble it back and then shoot it, and it's just not a good shot for a power forward to hit.
First team foul.
52-42.
Offensive foul. Second team foul.
Look at that on Dayfri if Charlie steps to the line. What a season he's had. They brought him and Gradient back. Oh, Beast Move and Jen added Slaughter to the mix. But what faith they had in CB13, who at times last year, Dirk, it was not great. But he's took his game to a whole different level this season. Dayfri working the paint, no good. And there's a foul.
Yeah, that was always my thing with CB13 coming in. It's like I really hadn't watched him play in his rookie year. And before I just knew he's one of those guys that looks like we're on a guard who can score the ball. So coming in, that's what I was maybe expecting from if you watch the Pro-Am series or two. But then coming into the league, I was like, oh, it's nothing special, just being brutally honest. But I knew this year with how the league bill was played and how he was playing the retail mode. I mean, he made some noise in the free-for-all showdown, too.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah.
He introduced the park and stage community to a post hook, which was interesting.
Yeah, he didn't make any friends that day. There's no question about that. Knew maybe he was in for a good year. Turnover there from Dayfri, though. Out on the break, and boy, a big jam. There's Gradient, who had the play of the year for a dunk. Wasn't that dunk? It was a 360 jam. He knows what to do when he gets out on the break, and they've cut it back to 5.
Finally starting to get some of those stops, too, and forcing the turnovers. You saw they're finally starting to adapt it a little bit. We're always saying that Dayfri's first read, whenever he gets an offensive rebound, if the mash isn't there, maybe he'll try to couple pump fakes to see where that leads. The first read is always going to be to Reese, and that could be for a 3, that could be for a midi flash, one or the other, and Gradient sat on it completely. So this is where you might have to see him change up the dynamic of the game if they're able to continuously read that.
(52-47). Time's starting to run out here in the 4th. And they go to the old reliable. Dayfri right at the rim. Pushing it back to a 7-point game. Charlie trying to work down the paint. They're going to get that on Dayfri. That's number 5.
And he just got to 5,000 this quarter. He only had, what, I think 2 coming into it? But there was that stretch where he just kept getting foul after foul.
And there's a dunk by Slaughter. You're sitting at home, you're going, well, what happens when they get 6 fouls? Well, just a technical. But I think that's worse than fouling out. We'll have a way to sub in the 6th man. But we've seen those technical fouls not only sometimes pile up, but 2 shots in the ball in a key situation late. Pretty devastating. That's why you'll see him avoid that 6th foul at all costs. And a long shot from the outside. Dayfri battling for the board. And what a rocket pass down the court. And Awkward couldn't pull the trigger. Keep possession, 17 to shoot.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, there's always 2 centers that come to mind. Well, actually, sorry, 3 centers that come to mind. Type, Rhea, and Dayfri. When they have 5 fouls, they play like they have 1 or none. They just never stop trying to just stay active.
Oh, we got a rim protector badge out there. Don't see that too often. And JBM says, well, I'm just going to make a shot from the top of the key. Protect that rim. CB13. Right from the elbow. Now they're trading buckets. Can you believe how low scoring that first quarter was? And they've sort of picked it up here in the 4th. I think for the Wizards, they might want to look to go back to what was working, which is that grind it out. You got to use the clock in your favor. Coming up on 2 minutes to go. Forget about point differential. You got to get the win first. And JBM steps into a 3. What a big shot on the road. 59-51. Warriors will show some pace now, and Slaughter uses 2 hands for safety. 2-possession game. Under 2 minutes to go. This is game 3 of a best of 5. Series tied at a game apiece. with Game 4 going back to DC. That's why this is huge for the Wizards. Get a win here on the road, and then get a chance to close it out in virtual DC. Foul. 59-55. Still a two-possession game. Coming up on a minute to go. Can't be in a hurry here. Big time screen from Dayfri. They launch a three. Nudini trying to keep it alive, and it's going to stay with the Wizards. This has been last touch by Jin. Dayfri. No, I thought he was going to put him in the blender. Back out to JBM. Big time moment for the rookie. Pass to the corner. Nudini! Foot on the line. Oh, they did call that a three. Boy, he must have had just a smidgen of a toe behind the line. That's a huge three. That's the difference between a two-possession game and a 7-point differential now. 3 possessions, 39 seconds to go. That was a monster three. What a 39 seconds is going to be. The Warriors are going to need some triples here and some turnovers. Charlie trying to go quickly. He does have his sharpshooting takeover. You just got to give him the 2.
Give him the 2, and I mean, if they have an open rim run, it might not even be worth jumping for it, if we're being brutally honest. Yeah. That's why you even saw there when CB13 was clear in front of Dini. He didn't try to get for a chase down. Dayfri has 5, so even then, smart for him to not jump, which is knowing in this type of scenario, that's the last thing you want when you've been limiting their three-point shot, is to give them the old-fashioned three-point play.
Yeah, if it was Dayfri, it'd be the new-fashioned 4-point play. The and 1 plus the technical, the and 1 and 1. CB13's got a double-double, 27 and 10. Almost right at his average for scoring. And there ain't no hurry here. I mean, at some point you got to foul. You got to make somebody make some free throws. We're going to play this out with 1 timeout. Interesting. JVM ices it. Timeout Warriors, 7-point differential. We're going to be heading back to virtual DC for a Game 4, Dirk. And the Wizards win back-to-back games in the series with a chance to close it out next game.
It's something you can't write. I mean, that's the thing when people are looking at this finals matchup, and you just kind of look at the track record, right, of the Wizards playing some of these teams out there from the West Coast. And they play pretty good to some of these teams that are out there to West. Yeah, earlier in the year, it was very hit or miss. It looked like they struggled a lot, and then they started to adapt to it. I think it's just changing up the game plan to more being twos oriented instead of just trying to hunt for the 3 so much.
And there's a dunk. Point differential right now. Wizards taking timeout.
Here we were, we don't know this whole spiel. If Dayfri's not jumping because of this, he tries to block Kane at the rim.
Wouldn't that been crazy? That could have made it a 4-point game. Well, they advanced the basketball, too. Not only is this a timeout because of maybe point differential, but you advance the basketball. You don't enter it under your own rim. Can't carry those timeouts with you. Game 4 is going to be coming up next. Point differential right now is in favor of the Wizards. And what a win on the road. There's the flick up. Won't fall, but your final score is 64-59. Dayfri and JBM. 44 combined between them. And it was stingy. But they changed up their defense a little bit. Just enough to get off to the right start.